Ave Satanis, everyone. My name is Vampuel Satanis, and welcome to my channel. And I want to say, hope that everybody's having a good day or night, and I really truly do. I really do care about my brothers and sisters out there in the left-hand path. On this episode, I'm going to talk about Lilith and my invocation, my first encounter with Lilith, and what happened, what it was like, and what I'm doing now with my work with her. Because if you guys don't know, but Lilith is one of my main demons, goddesses. My main three are Satan, Samael, and Lilith, and those are my main three. I mean, I work with other ones. I work with Belial, I work with Leviathan, I work with Hecate, and so on and so forth. But those are my main three. Like, Lilith has been awesome as hell, period. Like, she is the ultimate shit, you know. Anyway, I'm just walking around my backyard because I need a better setup to do my videos, but right now where I live, I got to get things set up better, and I don't have it set up yet, so I'm just doing videos outside to get my channel started. There's so much stuff I got to learn about making videos and stuff. I'm so brand new at all this stuff, and it isn't as easy as what people think. It really isn't. Like, there's so much stuff you can do, which is going to just take me a lot of time and patience. So I'm just starting out, so bear with me. But anyway, Lilith is how I got on the left-hand path. Like, I started out on right-hand path, Wicca, and then I went from Wicca to dark paganism, and then left-hand path. Well, I don't know, dark paganism might be left-hand path, I'm not sure, but I wasn't working with demons. I was working with dark god and goddesses. Anyways, to make a long story short, I started working with this goddess, the Morrigan. Well, when I was working with the Morrigan, she's a dark goddess. She's known as the goddess of war, but that's not all she's known for, but that's one of her main things she's known for, is the goddess of war. Anyways, I thought I was working with the Morrigan because certain things were showing up in my life, like crows. Like, one of her she symbolizes a lot with crows, but a lot of god and goddesses do. And crows started coming around me like all the time, so I thought it was her. Plus other signs, just different signs. I was doing a lot of ceremonial magic where I was basically kind of binding myself to her as if she's like my queen type of thing. Anyways, when I was doing these rituals, I thought it was the Morrigan, but it turned out, as I did more research and different things were popping up, different signs, that I realized that I was really working with Lilith. And how I found, one of the signs was that I was in the middle of a hardcore ritual where I was really deep into a witch's trance. And one of the things that came to my head was, you have now been injected with the spirit of the serpent, and the serpent is going to be on the base of your spine. I was like, where the heck did that come from? Like, it popped into my head, and I'm dead serious. Like, everything I say is totally absolute serious truth. Like, this really was an experience of mine. It really tripped me out because I wasn't even focused on serpents or nothing. I knew really, I wasn't even focused on that type of animal whatsoever. And it just popped into my head that the serpent is wrapped around the base of your spine or something like that. Or you've been injected with the spirit of the serpent now, and that it is now taking form around the base of your spine. Well, as I did research, I found out that it links more up to like a left-hand path demon. So I was like, this seems like demonic, you know, what just came to me or whatever. So as I did some research, I was like, yeah, it's definitely Lilith, because I was starting to have sexual sexual things going on with the Morgan. I was like, the Morgan isn't supposed to be a sexual succubus or incubus. So I don't know why I'm having these sexual desires towards this goddess and stuff, and like real hardcore sex energy and stuff. And, you know, obviously I did whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I realized, no, this is definitely Lilith. So I was like, all right, this is Lilith. This isn't Morgan. This probably never was Morgan. So I made an altar to Lilith, and I was scared to invoke her because she's a demon, and demons are supposed to be evil. Well, anyways, I researched her and stuff, and I did my first invocation. After my first invocation, it was an awesome experience. I had a great ritual or whatever, great energy and everything, but for like a week or so, every single night, she would be coming on to me sexually, like, and I'm dead serious. Like, the energy and everything was so sexual and crazy for like hours. I was like, it got real intense. I was like, okay, I don't know if I really want to deal with this all the time, but it stopped. It eventually stopped. And then it started getting more mental, like I was getting mental perceptions of Lilith, and she was sending me messages, and she was finally starting to communicate with me more, and it wasn't just sexual. And she started like teaching me things about life and everything. And I started, not just life, philosophies and stuff about the universe and shit. She was showing me stuff, teaching me stuff. And I was like, cool. Well, this is way before I got on the left-hand path. I guess this is when I was transferring to the left-hand path, because I decided I want to continue working with Lilith, not for the sexual reasons, but because I liked her energy and I liked what she was bringing to me mentally. So I continued, and that's when she eventually introduced me to Satan, or Lucifer, however you want to see it. Satan, Lucifer. I see them as the same, but that's just me. But, so anyway, she introduced me to Satan, and I started looking up things on Satan and everything, and I started thinking, I was like, I cannot work with Lilith without Satan or Lucifer. I just can't do it. So I'm gonna have to work with Satan. Plus, she kept telling me to work with Satan, pretty much mentally telling me, you know, signs kept coming to my mind, like, I got to work with Satan. I have to work with Satan. In order to stay with Lilith, I have to work with Satan. So I started working with Satan, and for a while, Satan didn't come to my call, or at least it didn't feel like it. It wasn't until about, I don't know, 4 or 5 different, probably about 3 or 4 really like hardcore mental rituals where I was invoking his name, and in the dark and everything of my ritual space of my room, and I was just sitting there just invoking his name, and I couldn't feel any like perception of Satan's energy or anything. I could still feel Lilith, her feminine energy, because she does have pure feminine energy, but I couldn't feel, you know, I couldn't feel Satan. Anyway, there's helicopters, so hold on a second. I live in an army zone, so sorry guys. This is ridiculous. Anyways, getting back to the story, I started, anyway, I finally, one night, it was real dark in my room, and I finally could sense Satan's presence, like, and it was hardcore too. It was like, I could feel his demonic, satanic, you know, presence in my room, and I was like, Satan, I know you're there. And obviously, he didn't just say yes or anything. I mean, they never really like to tell you stuff all the time, but you can sense their presence. And I was like, all right, Satan's here. I can feel his energy. And it started making me think all kinds of different stuff, and, you know, the different thoughts were going through my head, because that's what it does when you invoke different spirits. Like, conscious things will go through. Their consciousness meshes with your consciousness, and then weird thoughts come to your head and stuff. And that's how I knew I was connected to him. I was like, all right, cool. So I did a dedication ritual. I did a renunciation ritual where I, you know, totally banished all my other beliefs and went completely with Satanism. And then I did a blood ritual to Satan and Lilith on the sigils, on a paper. I drew out a sigil. You know, I said some words, and then I put some blood on each piece of paper with their sigils, and did that whole dedication ritual. And then I've been self-dedicating to Lilith and Satan ever since. And I don't know. I did other rituals too, man. I did a shit ton of like when I first got in with Satanism, man. I was doing rituals, so many rituals that I was getting tired of doing rituals. And I know you hardcore practitioners know what I'm talking about. And for like a month and a half, I would hear owls, like Lilith owls, every morning, every night, and every morning for a month and a half outside my bedroom window. And when I'd take my walks, there's a park across from my house. There's a park, you can go back in the woods and stuff, like there's trails. I would hear owls. Everywhere I'd go, I'd sit down and hear an owl. Almost everywhere I'd go. Not everywhere, but, you know. Then all of a sudden, it just stopped. Like, I haven't heard any owls for the past 2.5 months, but I know she's still with me. It's just the owl thing isn't going on, but anyway, so that's the story on how I became on the left-hand path and my encounter with Lilith. Now, what I want to say to anybody that's thinking about working with Lilith, that just, you know, when you invoke her, be serious about it, because she is a very demanding spirit, and she will force you to, she might not force you into sex, I'm not talking about that, but that might happen anyways. But if you don't, I don't think you have to do it. But what I'm saying is she will guide you into certain things that she wants you to do in life. And you know, it's just the way it is. She's kind of, but she's also a very motherly spirit. And she's very queen-like. And she's very balanced. And she's very beautiful. And I honor Lilith. Hail Lilith. So anyways, I'm going to cut this off. And I just wanted to, another thing I wanted to say to people that are just thinking about working with Lilith or whatever, or, you know, that she can drain your energy. Like, she's very, like, sometimes when you get done working with her, like, you'll feel drained for a while. But other than that, she's like awesome. I mean, Lilith to me is an absolute queen of the night, for real. And that's all there is to say about that. So, anyways, I hope everybody does work with Lilith, because she really is the queen, you know, and I'm dead serious about it. So, I mean, and she is awesome, and she will help you. She will teach you things, and she will give you energy, and she will make you feel more powerful. Not like better than other people, powerful. I'm talking about just feeling better about yourself. Oh yeah, and another thing, she brings on, like, if you're a man, she might, you know, she's going to feed you with a lot of feminine energy. So just be aware, if you're a man that doesn't want to feel feminine, good luck, because she makes almost every man feel feminine. It's just the way it is. I mean, I'm not gay or anything. I'm totally straight, and she made me feel kind of girlish. I mean, you can laugh right now because I'm laughing about it, but, you know, I'm dead serious. I mean, I'm over that whole ritual now, but those rituals that were making me feel feminine and stuff, but it was intense, and it brought out my feminine side, and now my male and female side is balanced. And that's exactly what working with Lilith does. It helps balance out your feminine. If you're into doing something like that, I am, so I don't care. I don't care what people think. You know, I'm my own person, my own witch. I'm an independent spiritual Satanist / satanic witch, and that's just the way it is. And I'm going to do me, and everybody else you should do you. Anyway, it's getting dark and my camera's getting fuzzy, so I want to say, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you're hearing. I'm going to put out more videos. I'm trying to do more, at least several a week, or at least once a week, or I don't know yet. I don't know about my schedule right now, but I'm going to be putting out videos frequently. So like and subscribe, and hail Satan, and peace out. Have a great night.